Hey makers, this is Dhruvin and I welcome you all to Power BI Goals step-by-step tutorial series. You are watching second episode of this series, and in this session I am going to talk about how we can create a scorecard and how we can create manual goals in Power BI. If you haven't followed the earlier episodes, the entire playlist link is available in the description box, so do check it out. One more important announcement. If you haven't followed me on my Twitter and Instagram so far, do follow me. The Twitter and Instagram IDs are available here or maybe in the description box. So do check it out. Also, at the end of this video, we will play one quiz and one lucky winner will get a shout out from my Instagram page as well as certificate of appreciation. So play the quiz and win the prizes. So without further delay, let's get started and talk about how to create a scorecard with Power BI goals. Here I am on my machine and here I have opened Power BI service. To get started with goals, first of all, let's create goals from the left navigation. So click on goals. That will open this type of screen. Now we need to create the scorecard in order to get started with the goals. For that, just click on create your own scorecard. That will open one pop-up on the right hand side. Over here, let's provide the scorecard name, description, sensitivity label and workspace. You can either use premium per user workspace or pro workspace. It's totally up to you. So let me just provide my scorecard name as YT Analytics. I'm just providing the description of my scorecard as this is YouTube Analytics goal. Then you need to choose sensitivity label. At this moment I haven't set up any sensitivity labels, so I'm just ignoring that. Now over here you need to choose your workspace or you can create a workspace as well. So let's create a new workspace. So let me provide my workspace name as YT Analytics goal. And you need to choose the license mode. I am choosing Pro at this moment, but depending on your requirement you can choose premium per user as well. Let's click on create and that will create one scorecard under that workspace. So over here you can see your scorecard has been created. Once the scorecard is created, you can add different goals within the scorecard. Now let me check how that goal is looking like. So just click on Goals Hub and over here you can see the goal that we just created. Also, you can visit the workspace that you created. So we created YT Analytics goals. So let's check that workspace. So this is the workspace that we have created, and over here as well you can see your scorecard, and whenever you are creating a scorecard behind the scene one data set is bound to that scorecard. So remember that thing. When you click on that, that will open the similar screen which we have seen in the goals hub. Now it's time to add different goals within our scorecard. To add the goals, you simply need to click on new goal. In Power BI, basically we can create two type of goal. One is manual goal and second is connected goal. Now in this episode we are specifically targeting the manual goals. Connected goals are something which are bound to our report and which are dynamic in nature. We will talk about connected goals in my next episode. So let's focus on how to create new manual goal. So we clicked on new goals and that is created one row over here. Over here we need to provide our goal name. So let's say on yearly basis I want to achieve the 50,000 subscriber goal. Basically over here we are going to cover this requirement, like let's say my current subscriber are 19,000 on my YouTube. My yearly target for 2022 to achieve 50,000 subscriber. My February target is to achieve 20,000 subscriber and my March target is to achieve 22,000 subscriber. So basically I am going to create this type of goal over here. So let's get started. So first of all, let's create my first goal, which is achieve 50,000 subscriber on 2022. So I'm just typing achieve 50,000 subscriber in 2022, and that is looking like this. Now you need to assign the owner for your goal. So I'm assigning it to myself, but depending on your Azure Active Directories user, you can assign the different owners as well here. Then you need to provide here the current value for your goal. So currently I have 19,000 subscriber. So I'm just adding 19,000, right? And it will automatically notate it's 19k. Now what is my target? My target for this year is to achieve 50,000 subscriber, and it is showing me 50k like this. Goal is not started yet. And what would be the start date? Start date would be the 1st of January. So I'm selecting January 1st. And what would be the due date? It would be 31st of December. So I'm selecting here month of December and selecting 31st, right? And just click on save. So that will add my goal over here, right? So in from 50k I have achieved 19k so far. So the goal journey is still in progress, right? Now second thing is that this is my long term goal. Now I want to divide this goal into multiple parts, means I wanted to have some hierarchy for the same. Like let's say I'm selecting this particular goal, and now I'm clicking on add sub goal. So what happen here is when you click on add sub goal, one hierarchy is added under this goal. Now my next goal is for February. So let's say over here I'm typing that achieve 20k subscriber in February. So I added my sub goal like this. My current is 19,000 and my target is 20,000. And goal status I'm just keeping as like on track. Over here we have different statuses like not started, on track, at risk, behind, overdue and completed. All of those statuses are also bound on the top by using we can filter our goals. Now over here the start date is like February 1st to February 28th. So let me select that and let me just click on save. So that has created my sub goal. So from 20k I already achieved 19k. So that's good. Now let me add one more goal. Like let's say in February as well I want to divide into micro part. Like till 15 I want to achieve this, or till 28 I want to achieve this. So whenever you have this type of requirement, when you add the hierarchy under your main goal or sub goal, you simply need to select that sub goal, and after that click on add sub goal, and that will add the third level of hierarchy for you. Now over here I am just typing achieve 19.5k subscribers till 15th Feb, and over here the current value is 19,000 and target is I want to have 19,500, and the goal is on track. And over here I'm just starting the date from 1st and just setting up the due date as 15th of February, and let's just click on save. So this is looking like this. It's really cool, right? So this is how you can simply create your manual goal. Now in next episode basically we are going to use this connect to data, means connected goals in detail. So stay tuned over there. Now once our goal is created, basically we need to track our goals, as well as let me talk about some another functionality for these goals. So let's say this is my main goal and I'm selecting that. So whenever you select that goal into edit mode, you will be able to see four different tabs over here. The first is detail, means it will track the overall progress for your goal. Second is history. Basically, it is capturing history for your goals data. Then there are different status rule and setting option. Now let me explain you each thing in detail. Now let's say I created these goals and now every day I'm tracking this goal. So let's say I'm selecting this, and to track this goal basically user need to click on new check-in. Once they do check-in, basically they simply need to add the date over here and what's the goal that they have achieved. So let's say today I have achieved 19,200 subscriber. So I'm just clicking on value over here. Then I can also change the status of my goal as well, like I'm just saying that at risk and clicking on save, and basically that is adding that value over here like 19.2 from 50k. Now whenever I'm clicking on that, let's see what next thing we can see. Let's say this is the one data point we captured. Now if we go with the history, it will show you that data point as well. Like see whenever the changes were made to this goal. So you will be able to see that tracking over here. Now let me change that thing again. Let me add one more new check-in over here. So I'm just adding 19 to 50, and I'm just adding that due to Sunday subscriber are less. So I just added my comment and now I'm clicking on save. So it has added the second point over here. Now let me add one more check-in. So I'm just changing the date as 4th, and now I'm just changing the subscriber level to 400. And now I'm just having the status like this and click on save. So let's see what happens. So over here you can see that it is showing me the progress for the goals like this, and if I go to the history tab, now I have second row that on the new day what is the progress towards that goal. So basically the idea is that, like let's say in a single day if you are add 10 different check-ins, even at that time it will add a single history value over here. But if you change the date, basically it is capturing that data point. So per day it is capturing a single data point as a part of history. So remember about that thing. Now the question arises in your mind that these statuses are something that we are changing manually, but let's set up couple of rules. Like let's say from this 50,000 currently I achieved 19,000, so obviously it's in risk because it's not 100% or towards the 100%, right? But you want to add couple of goals, like let's say if you completed 50% of your goal, then you are on the track. If you are under 30% of your goal, then you are at risk. This type of rule you can define over here. So let's do that thing over here. So let me just add on this sub goal, and now what I want to do here is I want to set some status rules. Now for status rule you simply need to click on new rule, and you need to provide if the value is greater than 50% of your target, then you are on track. Then you can add one more new rule that if value is greater than or equal to 100% of your target, then it is completed. And let's say I want to add one more rule that if value is less than 30% of your goal, then you are at risk. 30% of your target, then you can set as at risk. So you can simply select that. Also, you can add the different rule based on the date and value change as well. So let's say whenever you select date, then you need to provide the specific date from here, or let's say whenever you are selecting value change, then you need to provide the previous value change over here. So I'm not going to do that, but let me just create that status rule. And if it doesn't match any of this, it's not started. So let's click on save. So we have created our rule, and over here you can see that from 20,000 we have already 19,000 achieved. So it is showing me on track. Now let me just add one more check-in. So to add the check-in, click on this and click on new check-in. That is one way. Also you can simply click on plus icon and you are good to add the check-in entry. Now let's say over here I am decreasing this entry to 1000. So let's see what happens. And now I'm clicking on save. So you can see that my profile goes into at risk just because it is less than 30%, right? Now let me just add one more data point over here and let me just change the date and let me just provide here as 19,000 again. And now let's click on save. So let's see what happens. So over here we have added 19k and now we are on track. And now if I'm going to history, you can see the status update and how much change that has happened throughout these two data points. And over here it's not refreshed yet, so you simply need to click on refresh button and you are good to see the status. So let's refresh the page. So over here I refresh the page, but still the status isn't changed. What's the reason behind that? Let's see. So over here when I click on this sub goal, basically I added the check-in for 4th of February and the check-in for 3rd of February is 1000. Today is 3rd of February. So I am able to see 1k over here even if I added new check-in. So whenever I open my goals tomorrow, it will show me 19k. But if you wanted to make changes, you simply need to edit this check-in and change the value for the day, and you are good to see the updated value over here under this root goal. So goal's current value is always showing based on the current date. So remember about that thing. No matter if you have added any future check-in, it will not reflect under this root node. So make sure about that thing. Now we will go with the last option, which is setting option. So basically it is showing that you need to adjust setting for this goal. You need to set the tracking goal, set how frequently you want to track this goal. So let's say for an example, over here there are different options. From here I am selecting daily because I just wanted to track my goal daily basis. So the main purpose of this option is like whenever we are creating the goals within the scorecard, they have the default tracking cycle, which means that data and progress are calculated on a day-to-day basis. However, many goals and matrices demand to be tracked on different cadence. In those cases, you change the default tracking cycle on the goal through this goal setting, and this tracking cycle doesn't impact any data refresh. So whenever we use connected data over here, like we want to check that every day how much progress is there, or let's say every monthly basis how much progress is there, so you can simply select appropriate tracking cycle from here to track your goals, and you simply need to select click on track. So that is how you can simply select the tracking cycle for yourself, and that is totally optional. Now let me just close that, and we covered almost everything. Now over here on the top you are able to see the filtering set. Like let's say we have total 3 goals, 2 are on track, 1 is at risk and 0 are at behind. So whenever you click on any of the card on the top, basically it will filter your goals as well. From here you can simply select read mode, and over here if you want to share this scorecard you can simply use share option, and over here you need to provide the name. So let's say one of my user Shriraj I want to provide an access with. So I'm just clicking on send, and Shriraj will now have an access on this particular scorecard. Now let me check that thing with Shriraj's account, and now he will receive a link to access the scorecard. Let me open up Power BI account with Sriraj's user. So here I have opened Sriraj's user and you are able to see that under shared with me section I am able to see the scorecard. Also, Sriraj will also receive an email notification to view the scorecard. Now over here we haven't provided any workspace level permission to Sriraj. So what happened here is, in this case, let's say whenever Sriraj is trying to open the scorecard, he is able to view the information, but when we click on any of the node over here, he can't be able to make changes to that scorecard. Means he is not able to add any check-ins over here. So make sure about that thing. If you want to provide edit permission, basically you need to provide Sriraj permission as admin, member or contributor role on the workspace level. Only at that time he will be able to edit the goal. Now let me provide the permission to Sriraj's account to workspace level. So I opened the workspace and I added Sriraj as member. Now let me just check the account with Sriraj's account. So let me just open up his account. So here I opened his account and over here let's see. So whenever I'm clicking on any of the goal, now I have a check-in option because my user is added as a member, as well as I'm able to see the edit icon on my scorecard, meaning I'm able to modify this scorecard as well. So this is how, like, if you want to provide the edit permission or new check-in permission to the user, you need to add either them admin, member or contributor role at the workspace level. Otherwise, the user will only able to view the scorecard and goals. That's all. So I think with this I covered almost everything about the manual goals. Now in the next episode I am going to talk about connected goals into Power BI. So stay tuned to my next session. Now it's time to play a quiz. You can answer the question in the comment section and two lucky winners will get a shout out from my Instagram page as well as certificate of appreciation from my end. You can also answer this quiz by placing hashtag Digital Dhruvin on the Twitter and just answer and tag my account over there. So there are two ways to answer. You can either answer in the comment section of the YouTube or you can use my Twitter handle by tagging me. So let's get started. The quiz questions are: we can define status rule for goals based on this following conditions: based on value, based on date, based on value changes, or all of above. And last one is none of above. So just answer in the comment section. Second question is, to edit the scorecard, which minimum permission you need when you shared with someone? Make sure to edit the scorecard. This is the question. Option A, workspace level member permission. Option B, viewer permission. So just answer in the comment section or by tagging me on the Twitter. So that's it for the day. Now in the next episode, I'm going to talk about connected goals. If you are for the first time to my channel, make sure you hit subscribe and press the bell notification to never miss any updates from me. I also request everyone to follow my another channel which is Digital Dhruvin, where I am uploading short content on Power Platform as well as Hindi content on Power Platform. If you are interested for training, consultancy, or if you wanted to have my another links for different social media profile like LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, podcast, everything, then just click on this link and you are good to go. All the links are available on the banner description, so do check it out. With this is Dhruvin signing off. See you in the next session with some amazing content. Till then, have a great day. Goodbye.